In 1915, the most ambitious amphibious assault in history was launched, against cliffs that would swallow an empire's pride. By early 1915, the Western Front had ground to a bloody stalemate. Millions of soldiers were locked in trench warfare across France and Belgium, with no breakthrough in sight. Winston Churchill, then First Lord of the Admiralty, proposed a bold plan. Force a naval passage through the Dardanelles Strait, capture Constantinople, knock the Ottoman Empire out of the war, and open a supply route to Russia. If it worked, it could change the entire course of the war. On March 18, 1915, a massive Allied fleet of British and French battleships sailed into the Dardanelles. The plan was to bombard the Ottoman fleet lining both shores and push through to the Sea of Marmara. Hidden minefields sank 3 battleships and crippled 3 more in a single afternoon. It was a disaster. The naval assault was abandoned. If the Allies wanted the strait, they would have to take it by land. April 25, 1915. Before dawn, thousands of Allied soldiers, British, Australian, New Zealand, and French troops, launched amphibious landings on the Gallipoli Peninsula. The British landed at Cape Helles on the peninsula's southern tip, meeting devastating machine gun fire on the beaches. Meanwhile, the Anzacs landed a mile north of their intended beach, at a cove now known as Anzac Cove. They found themselves beneath steep, scrub-covered ridges, with Ottoman defenders firing down from above. By nightfall, the Allies had a foothold, but barely. The cliffs, the terrain, and the fierce Ottoman resistance made every meter a fight for survival. What was supposed to be a lightning strike became another grinding trench war. Through the brutal summer of 1915, both sides dug in along narrow ridgelines just meters apart. Disease ravaged both sides. Dysentery, typhoid, and the relentless heat killed as many soldiers as bullets did. The front lines barely moved. The Ottoman defense was commanded by Mustafa Kemal, later known as Ataturk, who rallied his men with the legendary order: "I don't order you to fight. I order you to die." His leadership at Chunuk Bair and Lone Pine was pivotal. In August 1915, the Allies launched their last great gamble. A massive diversionary attack at Lone Pine, a daring assault on the heights of Chunuk Bair, and a fresh landing at Suvla Bay. For a few desperate hours, New Zealand troops reached the summit of Chunuk Bay and glimpsed the Dardanelles below. But Ottoman counterattacks drove them back. The offensive failed. The campaign was lost. By December 1915, the decision was made to evacuate. Ironically, the withdrawal was the campaign's greatest success. Over 100,000 troops were evacuated with almost no casualties, using ingenious deception tactics, including self-firing rifles. The cost had been staggering. Over 130,000 men dead on both sides, 260,000 wounded. The campaign ended careers, toppled governments, and reshaped nations. For Australia and New Zealand, April 25th became Anzac Day, their most sacred day of national remembrance. For Turkey, the defense of Gallipoli forged a national hero in Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, who would go on to found the modern Turkish Republic. A campaign born from ambition and ended in tragedy. Yet from its ashes, nations were forged.